Welcome to SwitchCorner, my name is Alex, and today a quick review for you all of the latest puzzle platformer to grace the console, ElecHead. Announced originally at an indie direct, I like the look of it immediately, but can its gameplay deliver an experience worthy of your cash? Well, that's what I'm here to find out today, so hit subscribe, join us here on SwitchCorner for reviews and deals near daily, and let's get started. Story then, and it's nothing more than a very brief opening cutscene. The idea here, you can see the world's electrical grids are going down. These lights are of course going out in the cityscapes, and now you'll be heading off into the game world. Quickly, in the first, let's say, few minutes, you'll see power lines react to you, and they light up a small city skyline, and that kind of really explains the reasoning here. You've got to power things back up. I really do think this character has a whole lot more potential, a whole lot more to offer on a story front, but sadly, as I said, it's literally an opening cutscene that's maybe 10 seconds at most, and then there's a couple of endings here to uncover, but again, it is tough to call this really a story. I definitely wouldn't be coming here for it. That's a shame too, because this character, dunno, they seem to pack a whole lot of charm. No real story in this one then, it's a case of exploring 6 levels and overcoming the many obstacles in your way. The idea is simple though, we exist in a metal world and anything we touch, we send an electrocurrent through it. This can be both a good thing, say moving a platform to access that next area, or even a negative, let's say electricity, it will strike us down. Along these 6 levels though, expect to have an opportunity to find 20 collectibles and more than a few secrets. While yes, as well, there are only 6 levels, these are not always linear and they do provide extra opportunity for exploration. Likewise then, from the main menu, as long as you power a teleport, you can jump back and forth as you please. This is a game that keeps controls simple, but it actually surprises consistently throughout with, let's say, the flexibility of what they can deliver. It just reinforces what is often extremely smart design. So think here, movement, jump, explode to restart from one of the countless checkpoints should you get stuck, and then the ability to disconnect and throw your head. This can be aimed with the left stick, and the design has a handy reticle on screen just to show you that trajectory. The reason behind this though, as the title may suggest, ElecHead, the main electrical charge is in your head, so throw it at objects or say past a death trap. It is a simple concept, it works really well, and before you know it, you'll be chucking it at platforms, jumping and throwing in union to ensure you never touch the floor, charging it up, or even using it to navigate smaller gaps. Let's say throw your head ahead of you and then use your body to fit through that next, like let's say, tunnel. Once disconnected from your head though, just be aware it's not a case of full freedom. The game drives attention with what is a short 10-second timer before you do explode, meaning, it's not something you can simply exploit. Quickly though, when you're jumping and throwing this head at the same time, you do realize what a success the control implementation is. It's always a great feeling seeing a game have something so basic at its core, but then it completely evolves beyond it. That's mainly because it's not a game that tells you what to do, rather it uses its puzzle designs to allow you to learn along with the game and you'll figure it out yourself. By the end game I was really surprised at what was, what my character was capable of. They even progressively increase in challenge, and while the design is mostly single screen for I'd say 90% of the game, it does evolve towards the end game to use multiple. I don't want to give too much away naturally, but I will say then the collectibles have some really unique hiding places as well, and to get to an end game, you will need to find a fair few of them. I got to the end, for example, and actually realized I did not activate a teleport, and basically I could have backtracked I guess, but I ended up starting again. Each puzzle also has multiple ways to solve it, and I even beat the game at one point without an extra skill you can acquire. Problems, very few honestly. It's, as I say, a very impressive implementation, but for some it will be on the shorter side. My first playthrough, I'd say it took around an hour and a half in one sitting. That's without all collectibles, however. Also occasionally towards the end, as I said, the multi-screen puzzles, they did cause some frustration because I'd not really had to think about a puzzle like that before, so it definitely caught me off guard. Overall though, look, puzzle platformer fans, ElecHead is definitely worth a look if you can handle its bite-sized nature. The replayability, it is there as well for the collectibles. The main issue I have with the replayability though, the puzzles, they won't change, so it kind of makes it a breeze to run through. Graphically then, it's an old school, almost Game Boy-esque design with a 3-colour palette. It's simple in keeping with its visual influences, and it makes understanding the environment extremely simple thanks to what is a bold yellow showing anything that is passing a current. The animations, I did enjoy ElecHead, the only character in the game, but I still found a lot of charm in firing my head all over the place and watching that little, run animation. The pause menu, honestly, I see what they went for, it's symbol based, but I would say a few descriptions probably would have made this a little easier to navigate. Here though, you find a checkpoint hop system, which actually took me a while to uncover, a CRT filter option, and then 3 options for the colours in game used. Finally, this one, it's not widescreen, it's playing to those old school values with left and right borders. Audio finally, and not a huge amount in here. Understandably, it's got a few effects, the jumps, body disconnection, electricity, but then it's accompanied by a great little chiptune soundtrack that really delivers. I enjoyed it throughout the game, and given the fact that the game is, only 6 levels, not huge, it's absolutely worth a listen. No complaints from me on an audio front, I think it has everything that it needs. ElecHead then is a budget puzzle platformer that is absolutely worth a look for fans of the genre. Now, it's far from the most difficult in the genre, but the 90 or so minutes I spent on that single initial run, really enjoyed it. It's got a good pace with some great creativity on display. Again, it's just impressive how much they've managed to use a simple mechanic ongoing throughout the game and never getting repetitive. Just goes to show a good idea can carry an experience. It also then attempts replayability with collectibles and an unlockable ending, but again, I'm not sure how much replayability value is here because again, those puzzles, they do not change. Problems, it's short for some, this will be a concern, and then the end game, I'm still not sure on that multi-screen use. It maybe strays a little too far from what the game introduces us to at the beginning. That said though, I do understand why they did it, and yeah, I'd love to see where they go next. My final point on this one, and I really like the character, but now I'd love to see the second game, the second entry, attempt some sort of story, give me more information on this world and our lead. I think narrative-led puzzle platformers are so often a hit, and this character for me, from what I've seen this far at least, absolutely deserves that treatment. Today then, it's getting a great 8 out of 10 from me, and hopefully we will see this character back sooner rather than later. Will you be adding this one to the library then, or holding onto that cash? A shout out then to the patrons of the channel who are going above and beyond to support SwitchCorner. It helps more than you know, so thank you all so much. Then hit subscribe, join us here on SwitchCorner for reviews and deals near daily, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.